Hey guys, so I decided to do a sit-down video today. I haven't done videos in a while, obviously, but there's an explanation to that, and pretty sure the explanation that you're wanting is why you clicked on this video, due to the title. So for about almost a year now, it'll be a year in October, so maybe about 9 months, I think. I don't know, the timeline's kind of messy. It's all just become a blur to me, basically. I've been dealing with health issues, and I was recently diagnosed on June 17th of 2019 with papillary thyroid cancer. It's definitely a struggle. It's put a lot of toll on my body, and I'm kind of just here to tell you guys what it does to me, the side effects, what it means treatment-wise, and how we found out. So I'll start with how we found out. It was October, I believe it was like close to October 31st. It was close to Halloween. Might have been a week or two before Halloween, and I was carrying a ladder for choir. It was dark in the morning, and you know those cement blockers in parking lots. I was carrying the ladder on my shoulder. It was a very heavy ladder because ladders aren't, light. They're metal, and they're supposed to be able to hold you and stay stable. But for my choir, we were building a haunted house, so they needed ladders, and my dad's a carpenter, so we have a lot of ladders. So I was carrying this ladder into my church building, and it was dark, and I tripped on the cement blocker and hurt my shoulder really, really bad. I think I tore a muscle. There was like a slight tear in one of my muscles, and then I had some sprains, but they saw something in my shoulder blade that they thought that I had fractured my shoulder blade. So they went in and did x-rays and CT scans, and they found tumors and nodules. Both the tumors and the nodules had calcification around them, which meant that the tumors and the nodules were killing my cells, and it was causing to create bone marrow, which is calcification, basically. Simpler version. And I went along my shoulder. I was in a sling for about a month, and then I was better. I went to a few physical therapy appointments, and then I was fine. Then my mom had scheduled a doctor's appointment with my pediatrician, and she told me when she'd made the appointment that they were just checking up on my shoulder, and I was like, I thought we were fine, I've done physical therapy, we should all be good. And then on our way to the doctor, she was like, they're not checking up on your shoulder. They found tumors and nodules that they need to look at. They found in my CT scan, and that kind of was like a huge, whoa, what is this? What's gonna happen? What does this mean? And so we went in. She recommended that we go see some specialists. So we went to an endocrinologist. He deals with thyroid and metabolism and all of the things that kind of have to do with your thyroid. And went to him. We did 2 fine needle biopsies, and they go in with a really, really, really small needle. I'm awake. My neck was just numb, and they stick in the needle in the middle of my neck, and they took some of the cells out of the tumors and the nodules to test it for cancer or something, and both times that they did that, the test came back inconclusive, which meant that there was something there, but it was something bigger than what we had thought. So they didn't think that it was cancer at first, and that's why we did the fine needle biopsies. And then since both tests came back inconclusive and wasn't like telling what it was, they're like, that's definitely not a good sign. That's not something that we want to see. And it's just like, okay, like, I guess. And then we met with my endocrinologist again, and he was like, we need to set up a surgery so that they can take out the right side of my thyroid, and that's why I have this beautiful little lovely scar, which it's not very attractive, but it's a part of me now, and it kind of tells my story a little bit. And I do get a little bit emotional talking about it sometimes. I have people that like ask, and I'm super calm, so I just don't like to cry in front of people when I tell them, and they're like, you act like it's not a big deal, like it'd be a huge deal, but deep down it's definitely a big deal. And there will be a whole nother video that, sorry, my dad's doing work and he's putting in security cameras outside of our house, so there's like noise, and he's kind of right outside my window, but definitely on the inside it's not something that, you know, you want to really be dealing with. And after I do this video, I'm gonna be doing another sit down video talking about what I've been going through dealing with it and coping with it, and, you know, the type of toll that it's put on my body, well, not the toll that it's put on my body, but the toll that it's put on my mind, and depression and stuff, because that's definitely like a big part of my story and still is. I met with the cancer specialist and my pediatric surgeon, and pediatric is just child, and you're like, oh yeah, you don't look big, or you look too big to be a child. I'm still under 18, so I'm still a child, you know. And basically we set up the surgery for June 10th of 2019, and that whole week before the surgery I was a mess. I was so mentally drained and just not with anything. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to do anything. Didn't even really want to hang out with friends. I still hung out with friends because friends did make it a little bit better when I had someone there with me. But basically that'll be all in another video. Anyway, so we set up the surgery. The day of the surgery, I was freaking out, I was crying, I was just not ready. I don't think I was ready for the surgery. I wasn't ready for what was coming after, the results, whether they were good or bad. Good or bad. And surgery happened. It was a quick recovery, which was lucky, and I still have the left side of my thyroid until July 31st of 2019. So it's coming up in about a week. It's about a week. Oh my. No. It's exactly a week. It's exactly a week from today. Today is Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I think it's the 22nd. Today's the 22nd, I believe. Yeah, 22nd. Today's the 23rd. I don't know. It's the 20-something of July of 2019. And so my surgery is actually coming up really, really soon, which is really, really scary because the next part is going to be a lot harder than the first part was, and I'll get into that later in the video. But so we did the first surgery. everything was good. I was leaving for girls camp Wednesday the 12th of June, and it was that morning, and all Tuesday I had such bad pain in my neck. I couldn't swallow. It felt like something was stuck in my throat. My incision looked really irritated, and so we just went to the doctor to check, and I thought, me and my family thought that this was the only incision I had, but it's a lot more complicated. They went in and they cut from here down, so like from like where this incision is all the way up was cut open so that they could get to my thyroid, because my neck muscle is right there protecting, you know, all my bones and stuff, and I didn't know that that part was cut open, and that was the reason for my pain, and that was the reason for it hurting and not being able to swallow, not really being able to breathe, and it was just all bad. But a few days later I was definitely a lot better. I was feeling a little bit more like myself, and then June 17th rolled around, and I had just gotten done with a job interview where I work now, and I texted my mom asking if she had gotten the results. This is about 12 in the afternoon. My mom got the results around 9 a.m. So I texted her and I asked her, and I was like, have you gotten the results yet? And she told me no. And then she got home. I was about ready to hop in the shower because I was not feeling well. I was throwing up. Like, I just didn't really understand why it was happening though, and I just wanted the results soon so that I knew what it meant and why, and if something could tell me. And for about a year before this even happened, I was constantly getting sick. I was constantly not feeling well. I didn't want to get out of bed. I wasn't having it. And there was a while where I was just skipping school because I didn't feel well. Wasn't a great idea on my part. I should have been at school, and I'll definitely pay for that later, but or I already did pay for that. But it definitely took a toll on my family, my body, my school life, my friend life, and I guess I just started having to cope with it. And then my mom came home. I was about ready to hop in the shower. I literally had only a towel on. And my mom goes, hey, I need you to come downstairs. And I was like, oh, I'm going to shower. Like, I'll eat dinner. That's what I thought she meant, was just we're going to go eat dinner. And I was like, I'll eat dinner when I'm out of the shower. I really just don't feel well. You know, I'm going to take a shower. And she was like, no, I need you to come downstairs. And I was like, but I really need to shower. Like, I kind of was getting a little upset that I wasn't able to shower, especially when I wasn't feeling good. And she understood why I wasn't feeling well. And she exactly knew why I wasn't feeling well, but I just was like, you know, I think there's something there, but we just don't know what it is yet, and that's why I'm not feeling well. And then she was like, no, get some clothes on, come downstairs, it's serious, we need to talk now. And I was like, and then like, this weight was just like dropped in my chest, and I was like, the way that she's saying it could really only mean one thing. So I got some clothes on, I went downstairs. She goes, I need you to come sit on the couch next to me. And I was like, Mom, you're scaring me, like, what's going on? And she goes, just come sit down. And I sat down, and she was like, it's going to be really hard for you to hear. It's really hard for me to talk about. She goes, your results came back. And I was like, okay, so did my results come back before I texted you? And she goes, yeah, I got them at 9 o'clock this morning. And I was like, so when you told me you didn't get them, you already had them? And she goes, yes, but I didn't want to tell you what it was over the phone because for how serious it is, it's not something to be told on the phone. And she was like, it came back with a diagnosis of papillary thyroid cancer, and it is the best thyroid cancer you can get. It's the most common, but it's still cancer. No one really wants cancer because it does a lot of things to your body that no one is prepared for. And like, I just sobbed. I was bawling my eyes out. I was like, for the longest time, I thought that it just wouldn't become a reality, and then it did. And I was like, okay. And I definitely took a little bit longer to grieve along with it than most people do, but we were sitting down at dinner, and this part really hit me throughout that day, especially after finding out. We were sitting down at dinner, and my brother came home, and he was complaining about his day at work because, you know, work kind of sucks a lot of the time, especially when you have crappy customers. And he was like, I bet your guys' day was a lot better than mine. And we all kind of looked at him with blank, like, sad expressions. And I was like, I definitely think that we've all kind of had a little bit of a harder day today with what we found out. And he goes, and he just, like, stopped, and he goes, did you guys get the results back? I said, yeah. And he goes, and I said, yeah. I didn't have to say the word. He knew. And then he came, and he ran to me, and he hugged me, and he was crying. And then my dad started to cry, and my mom was crying earlier with me. My dad didn't, I didn't see him cry, because he kind of, like, after, like, my mom told me, he went upstairs and got undressed from work, and I was just like, so to see my dad cry and my brother cry, I was just like, and then I started crying again, because it's just, reality really hit me, really set in that, you know, this is something that I'm going to be dealing with now, and my life's definitely not going to be the same now. Your thyroid plays a big part in your body. It takes care of your weight, it takes care of women's hormones, takes care of men's hormones, I believe, and so hearing this and knowing that, like, I'm gonna be going through a rough time for the next, like, year or two more of my life was just really hard. And some of the symptoms I've had is I get really dizzy, I get nauseous a lot, I end up throwing up a lot, I eat something, and then, like, an hour later I get super sick and I throw up. I have a loss of appetite. I don't eat really anymore. I maybe have, like, a meal and a snack a day, which is not healthy for the state that I'm in, but food makes me sick. And it's sad to say, because food used to be my favorite thing. I used to constantly eat, and I would eat and I would lose weight, and I was like, what is this? And now I don't eat, but I still lose weight, and so I'm definitely not healthy. I'm not where I should be, so and that's not gonna change anytime soon. But I get really bad hot flashes, because your thyroid also does control, like, your body's temperature. So I could be sitting, there's been times where I've been in the walk-in in the fridge at my work, and I'm just, like, going through putting prep stickers on something that I just made, and then I walk out of the freezing cold refrigerator sweating because I'm having, like, a really bad hot flash, and when it gets that bad, I get really dizzy, and then I throw up, and then I have to go home, and it really sucks. But I'm really glad that my work is very understanding with my health issues. They haven't, like, questioned whenever I need to go home. They just know if I ever need to take, like, a break throughout my shift and be like, hey, I don't feel well, I need to take, like, a 10 to 15 minute break to just sit down, cool down, and try to feel better, you know. They're really understanding, and they're really, like, helpful. And it's great having a work that understands that, because my work jobs before that I've had not understand that, and it's caused me to lose my job, and that kind of sucks. And I know I'm only 16, but I do have bills. I have car insurance, I have gas, I have, like, personal bills that I'll just kind of give to myself. And so I need a job as a 16-year-old, and it's great that I found a job that really supports my health issues and supports me in anything that I need to do along with my health issues. And I've just, it's been really rough, especially when it comes to even, like, getting up in the morning. There's mornings where I wake up with such bad migraines, which also goes along with my thyroid and with the cancer. So I'll wake up and I will have really like bad migraines. I'm crying, I'm throwing up, I have a fever, and really sucks to feel like that because no one, like, I'm pretty sure everybody hates to feel like that, and when it's like an everyday thing, it really sucks. So the more that this goes on, the more that I've realized that I've just become sicker. Sorry the lighting, by the way, it's just the outside light was nice for a while, but it's getting a little bit darker. But I mean, I need to get a better light. My room like sucks too, so I only have like 2 bulbs that work, so my room's still really dark. But that is basically where I'm at right now. But the next part is a lot harder. I will be on medicine for the rest of my life to do what my thyroid does for me, because they do have to take the other side out, so I'll be left without a thyroid. I'll have to be on medicine, and I won't get that medicine for a whole like week or so, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks after my surgery. So they're going to keep me in the hospital, check on my levels, make sure that nothing goes wrong, because I don't have a thyroid and my body will start to freak out and kind of shut down on itself, because it's missing a big part of my organs and what I need help with. And I also won't have a metabolism, which means that I can't just eat like I used to do. I have to watch what I eat. I have to start working out. I have to be able to kind of remain where I want to be, and I don't want to gain a lot of weight, because even though I'm losing weight, I'm still at a healthy weight for my age and for my height. I am really tall. I'm 5'9", but so my body will kind of shut down on itself for those days, and that's going to be the hardest part, is trying to go to work and trying to do my everyday things without the medicine that I need to help. And my work is already really understanding. They're like, after your surgery, if you can't work those days, tell us and we won't have you work. Like, we need you to get better. This is what you need to do. Like, we're more worried about your health than you coming into work, and we can always find someone to cover for you, and which is really fantastic, because it's what I'm going to be needing. And yeah, that's just basically where I'm at right now. I wanted to give you guys an update. I have if you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, you've kind of heard about my diagnosis, and but I will leave a link to my Snapchat and to my Instagram down below, so you can go follow me, and so you can keep up with updates, because I won't be posting as much, but I will try to post more, and try to do like sit down videos, tell you guys how I'm feeling, all that good stuff. But yeah, thank you for coming and listening to the video, and thank you for understanding, what I'm going through. But yeah, see you guys in the next video.